He a coward. Every time he gets hit, even in the gym, he jumps out the ring like a little, and he does that shit all the time. He just acts like he's tough right now. Just say some stupid ass game stuff, man. I don't know. You know?
The boxing world has just been rocked by unexpected news as Romero has spoken out for the first time after seeing Ryan Garcia prepare for his fight with Mario Barrios. And his comments have stirred up the entire welterweight division. Romero, the fighter who stunned fans everywhere by defeating Ryan Garcia last May in Times Square, has now shared his honest thoughts about what he believes will happen when King re-enters the T-Mobile Arena on February 21st to compete for the WBC welterweight championship title.
2 losses, you're okay with. 3, you wouldn't.
No.
3 seems like an ugly number for you.
Yeah, well, just like 3 losses, you know, it's like, that's like complete, like you're just a complete loser now. You know what I mean? Like 2 is like, damn, but 3's definitely complete loser. I don't like that 3rd loss, so I'm giving everything I got.
Biggest fight of your...
What Raleigh said was so direct, so surprising, and so honest that fans instantly blew up on social media arguing about whether he was speaking facts or just trying to keep his name hot after his huge upset win. But here's what many people are forgetting right now: Romero is not some random boxer talking about Ryan Garcia from the outside. He is the last fighter who actually stood in the ring with him, and he understands things about Ryan that others simply do not. People close to the situation say Raleigh has been studying Ryan training camp clips and interviews very carefully, and from what he saw he reportedly laughed and shook his head in total disbelief.
Fun, all in exciting fights in boxing, because I mean, he's not an exciting fighter, all he do is slap, so.
What happens to him in the fight?
Oh bro, he dies. He dies. Just like that, he dies.
Is it any extra personal him?
People close to Raleigh say that when he heard Ryan Garcia claim he is the best version of himself for the Barrios fight, he reacted by saying he said the same thing before our fight, and everyone saw what happened. That single comment has fired up the boxing world, because it goes right to the main question around Ryan right now, which is whether he has truly changed, or if he is still the same fighter who mentally checked out after getting dropped in round 2. But before we talk about the most surprising thing Romero shared about Ryan's current condition, we have to look back at why this rivalry feels so intense and personal. When Ryan Garcia faced Romero on May 2nd, 2025 in Times Square, Ryan walked in as a heavy 7-1 favorite, and almost the whole boxing world believed he would win without trouble and move on to a big rematch with Devin Haney that fans were waiting for. New York, USA, of Instead, the fight turned into one of the biggest shocks boxing has seen in years when Romero knocked Garcia down in round 2 with a hard left hook and stripped away his confidence for the next 10 rounds. After the loss, Ryan Garcia admitted it was a very off night and said he never felt steady or sharp, and that after a year out of the ring nothing felt right. He also opened up about how difficult that training camp was, explaining that nothing came together during preparation and that from the first day of camp he felt drained and flat going into the fight.
I really want that Rollies rematch, bro. I can't let that, you know, be what it is. Nah, I want to get that back. He has the title, so right now he got elevated. So, you know, why not go for the world championship and get my look back?
Many fans in boxing felt that was the most open and honest Ryan Garcia has ever sounded in public, but Romero reportedly saw it very differently from the start. People who spoke to those close to Raleigh said his response to Ryan post-fight comments was simple and straight to the point, with Raleigh telling his team that every fighter has something to say after a loss, but the reality is he was the better man that night and will be the better man again. That mindset explains why Romero stands out as one of the most interesting personalities in boxing today, because he refuses to let any story take away from what he achieved that night in Times Square.
What really irks you about him?
He just fucking acts tough, that's all it is. Yeah, he's a fucking phony. He acts tough, he always acts tough when he with group people, but when he by himself, he a bitch.
Now move to the present, and Ryan Garcia is getting ready for the biggest challenge of his career when he faces WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios on February 21st, with his father Henry Garcia back in his corner as head trainer. Henry has shown strong confidence in Ryan's current shape, telling the media that this is the version of Ryan people will now see, that everything looks perfect and that he is doing what they wanted in the last camp, and even saying he would beat Raleigh right now. That bold claim that Ryan would defeat him today is what reportedly pushed Rolando Romero over the limit and sparked the powerful first reaction that has the boxing world talking non-stop. People close to Raleigh say that when he heard Henry make that statement, his reply was instant and fearless, making it clear he has no belief in the idea that Ryan has suddenly changed overnight.
21, I was 17, right? He going hard on me, right? After I stopped his little brother, right? To claim that he's impressing my 15-year-old sister, he a fucking weirdo. That's how I'm leaving now.
Hey, Rolly, lastly, man,
That's
why
how.
you beat Ryan?
No. That's what I'm saying, right? He a fucking.
People close to Raleigh say that his response was something like his dad said the same things before our fight and Ryan still got dropped. Talking doesn't change what happened, and it wouldn't change what would happen again. This answer is important because it directly challenges the story Ryan Garcia and his team have been trying to tell about the Barrios camp being some huge comeback. Many analysts in boxing agree Raleigh has a valid point, since doubts about Ryan mindset and preparation haven't disappeared just because he switched trainers and brought his father back. Even respected trainer Greg Hackett questioned Ryan's readiness for the Barrios fight, telling the media that it's hard to take Ryan seriously right now because he focuses on too many other things outside boxing, and if you want to be a fighter you need to get ready.
For sure, 100%. More stakes. Everything is just right on this world championship fight. I wouldn't want it any other way. It's either going to be my burial or my resurrection. One of them.
How do you see it playing out?
Me resurrected, bro. We winning. Come on now.
But in the ring, I mean...
Hackett went even further, saying that Ryan has been spending a lot of time with online content creators and streaming personalities instead of putting in the focused gym work that a world title fight demands. These worries match exactly what Rolly Romero has reportedly been telling people close to him, that Ryan just doesn't have the mindset or commitment needed to compete at the top of the welterweight division. Fans on social media went crazy when news of Rolly's comments started spreading, with heated debates between those who think Ryan has truly changed and those who believe history is about to repeat itself. One fan wrote with full confidence that Raleigh already figured out Ryan's weaknesses, that he knows how to break him mentally, and Ryan hasn't shown anything proving those issues are fixed, and that Barrios might just finish what Raleigh started.
Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia.
I'm going with Garcia. I think Ryan's gonna get him with that classic shot that he's got. I think he's gonna get him.
Another fan responded just as strongly, saying that Ryan was fighting with 2 injured hands after a year off and in the wrong training camp, and that a healthy, motivated Ryan Garcia is a completely different fighter, and everyone knows that this divide among fans shows why the Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios fight has created so much real excitement and buzz in the boxing world leading up to February 21st. But what makes Rolly Romero's comments even more interesting are the specific observations he reportedly made while watching Ryan's publicly available training footage for the Barrios camp. People close to Rolly Romero say that he carefully watched several of Ryan's training clips and gave a sharp and precise assessment only someone who has actually felt Garcia's punches could make. According to those who heard Rolly's breakdown, he reportedly told his team that Ryan looks sharper than he did before their fight, and he'll give him that, but looking sharp in training and performing under real fight pressure are two completely different things. This insight from Rolly is considered one of the smartest observations about Ryan Garcia's preparation for the Barrios fight, because it highlights the big question no one can answer until February 21st. Can Ryan take what looks good in training and turn it into a championship-level performance under real pressure with a world title on the line and everything at stake? Mario Barrios himself addressed this when he spoke to DAZN, giving an honest and respectful view of his upcoming opponent, despite all the doubts around Garcia's current form.
Fights that you've had in your career?
I think, I don't know, there's so much the ring's on like a boxing level. He's definitely dangerous. He's definitely, this and that. He's here for a reason. But definitely, with the like presence he brings, that like the following and everything, it's still, like I said, for me, it was still like the biggest fight.
Barrios said clearly that Ryan is very unpredictable, explosive, and dangerous, and you never know which version of Garcia will show up, and that's exactly what makes him so dangerous. This is also part of why the fight is so exciting. Many experts in boxing think Barrios' comment actually backs up Rolly Romero's main point, because even the champion admits that Ryan's performance can vary completely from fight to fight. That unpredictability works both ways in this matchup, since it means Garcia could show up flat like he did against Raleigh, or come out as the electrifying fighter who knocked down Devin Haney 3 times. Ryan Garcia also addressed his loss to Raleigh directly when talking to the media about his preparation for Barrios, giving an honest explanation of what went wrong that night in Times Square, which drew a lot of attention.
So at the end of the day, if he's about to get the worst one for him this time around, So at the end of the day, when I'm at my top of my game, in top condition, top form,
I'm definitely worthy, for sure, 100%. You know, when I'm not,
Garcia admitted openly that the Raleigh fight was just a tough one to get through and that he hadn't been taking care of his body properly before it. He acknowledged the year-long layoff, but said it's behind him now, and that he has positioned his body to be in top form and feels at his best. This statement matters, because it shows Ryan recognizes what went wrong against Raleigh, and has been working specifically to fix those issues as he prepares for the biggest fight of his career against Barrios. Sources inside Ryan's current camp say the atmosphere and energy this time are completely different from the flat, disconnected preparation that led to the loss in Times Square. One insider reportedly said the difference between this camp and the Raleigh camp is like night and day, with Ryan showing up every day focused, full of energy and hungry in a way his team hasn't seen from him in years.
Has a game plan for the hook, he's gonna get beat.
Who wins? Barrios or Ryan Garcia?
I don't know. Ryan kind of turned me off with that Raleigh fight.
Didn't you say something about where he was training?
However, Raleigh Romero's camp has reportedly pushed back strongly, with sources close to him suggesting that Ryan's team is telling the media what they want rather than what's actually happening in the gym every day. This back and forth between the camps has added a fascinating layer to the Garcia versus Barrios fight that goes beyond the championship and raises bigger questions about character, resilience, and mental toughness. Many insiders believe the biggest question for February 21st isn't just whether Ryan can beat Barrios, but whether he has truly fixed the mental weaknesses Raleigh exposed so clearly in Times Square last May. Former champion and respected analyst Paulie Malignaggi shared his view on what Ryan needs to show against Barrios to prove that the loss to Raleigh was truly a one-time issue.
maybe not. But when I'm on top of my shit, I definitely am.
Do you think the best of him can beat the best of you?
No. I mean, you're asking like a pretty, like, you know what he's gonna answer. That's like...
I'm getting there, Ryan.
Okay, my bad. I mean, what's he gonna say?
Malignaggi explained that Ryan needs to prove that when the fight gets tough and uncomfortable, he won't retreat the way he did against Raleigh, and that's the only way to answer doubts about his heart and toughness. This view goes straight to what Raleigh Romero has reportedly been saying privately, that the mental weakness he exposed in Ryan can't just be fixed by changing trainers or talking about being more disciplined. Raleigh reportedly told people close to him with full confidence that he knows exactly what he did to Ryan mentally that night in Times Square, and that those kinds of scars don't just vanish after a few solid training sessions with his dad holding the mitts. The mental side of this whole situation is huge, because boxing is just as much a mental game as a physical one, and the best fighters know how to get inside their opponent's head before the first bell even rings.
He's in the gym. He look like he's trimming down. He look like he's in shape now.
Definitely looking in shape.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's getting smaller. He's trimming down. I was looking at his pictures. I'm like, yeah, he like he's getting ready to fight. But what turned me off about Ryan was when I was watching him and Rolly, like, ringside, it looked like Raleigh frozen. Like after
what Raleigh Romero has done with his first public comments about Ryan Garcia and the Barrios fight is plant a seed of doubt in everyone watching, including Garcia himself. If he listens to his former conqueror, the boxing world will find out on February 21st at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas whether Ryan Garcia has truly grown into the champion he believes he is, or if Raleigh Romero's harsh assessment proves completely correct. One thing is clear right now: Rolando Romero isn't giving Ryan any respect or credit for his current training, and he has every reason to feel that way based on what happened the last time these two faced each other.
The opportunity for that title shot that, let's say, Devin Haney has gotten, and I don't know, your career needs to catch up to get the opportunity that hasn't been given to you.
I started boxing when I was 17. I started boxing late. I started boxing 7 years ago. They've been boxing since they were kids. They were pro before me, all this stuff. So, I mean, there's no need to play catch up. Like I said, it's just with the process, you know?
Yeah.
Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lord and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.